Ooh, it's cold out here. But do you remember I took you into the she shed that we're doing, and I showed you that window where we put the paper and then we textured the whole room, and I was gonna let that dry and then see what we could do with it, and I asked for your opinions. Yeah, so let's go see what happened. Okay, so before we go in, what's happened since then? Well, I got, so we had textured. So I had to paint everything, like all the walls and the ceiling with a primer so that it kind of soaks in, and then you can paint. So I did paint the ceiling, and then I got a light. Let me show you. All right, here we go. So, the ceiling has been painted. It is just ceiling white. And let me back up. Let's turn on the light. Yes, I chose a light. There it is. I know it's huge. It looks really crooked from here, but it's me. And then, so none of the walls are painted yet because, there it is. I know it's hard to see a difference here, but there really is one. So this has more yellow in it. Think actual plant leaves, and this one's more, got like a teal base. And that one, yeah, it's not showing up quite right. That's a really, really light green. What is up with my camera colors? That's really weird. Anyway, that was the window that had the paper on it. So you guys, I left this little heater on in here 24 hours, and what had happened was it got down to like, I think it was 17 degrees outside. So there was a ton of condensation behind that paper, and that paper wasn't drying. It was getting wetter and wetter, which meant it was getting heavier and heavier with that texture on it. And I came out here and it was like oozing down. It had ripped in like 3 spots. So we aren't gonna get to play with that. But it is an idea for another day to just buy a can of texture and spray some paper and let it dry and see what happens. So anyway, I originally was gonna do over here, this whole wall, let's come in and shut this. This whole wall was going to be burlap coffee sacks. I've changed that, and there's a reason. So right now there's no heat source out here, and because it's so cold, what's happened is this. We did all the taping, texturing, mudding, sanding, all that, and we had a heater on. But as soon as we turn the heater off at night, because you know, you don't want a heater on in here when no one's in here, what happened was it got so cold in here that, look, do you see the crack? So there's 2 ways to fix this. The first way is to completely take off. Oh, I tried painting over it with ceiling paint to see if that would fill the hole. That's why there's a white line. No, it doesn't work. You have to actually take all the mud and tape and everything out of there and redo it. I'm not doing that. Here's what I'm gonna do. This wall is gonna be my burlap coffee sack wall. It's gonna cover that up because this wall, oh my gosh, this wall is perfect. It has none of that on here. But the other thing is, up in the corners, we have cracking. You probably can't see that, but we put some caulking in there and it's still cracking. And so we're gonna get a different type of caulking that expands and contracts. But anyway, the thing is I was gonna ask you what color of green you thought, but I can't do that really because what's happening is my camera is not showing the correct color. This is a very, very light green and it's not showing up the correct color. I don't even know if I can get it to be the right color. Like that's close. Yeah, that's close. Okay, so we have the right, we have the left, and then can you see the difference in colors here? That it's a little different. So I know which one I chose. Which one, if you were gonna do green, because I know a lot of people won't do that, but if you were gonna do green, which one would you choose? Light plant leaf, or dark. So I just thought I'd show you. Let me stand in a different corner here. So far, gosh, that where I'm standing, I can't get a great picture of that light, but it totally looks crooked. Anyway, this door is gonna go. It's gonna be used somewhere else. The door that I'm getting here is a wood color in this, and it actually opens here, 2 spots. So you can have just the bottom closed and the top open. Now the top's gonna be all glass to let more light through. And the bottom, that's just to prevent all the dogs that are here from coming in, but then you can still get fresh air in here. See, look at, hi Grammy, what are you doing, Grammy? And pretty soon others will show up the longer I'm in here. But if you're in here and you don't want to be distracted, then yeah, something's gotta happen. So that is where we're at with this. I'm gonna paint this wall. And then after that wall is painted, the flooring is gonna go in. I know that you should paint the other walls first. However, I'm doing this one step at a time because my brain has so many ideas and they don't all work together. So I need to see the flooring physically in, the color of it, before I can move on. And I can't pick up all these coffee sacks that are gonna go on this wall are actually a 4.5, 5 hour drive away. My husband's not gonna be able to pick them up for probably, I don't know, a week, a little less, something like that, because he's gonna go visit his dad, who lives right near where we got them, because they were only $1 a piece from an actual coffee roaster. So that is the update with this. Now, I will say that, let's look at this door. Okay, so it's not been primered or anything, but look, it won't shut. What happened was, because it's so cold, and then it warms up, and the air gets damp, and then it warms, the wood actually warped. So that's something I don't know anything about, but my husband does. So he's gonna deal with that. Now this door is actually going to be a door in the shop where that little casita's being built, and we'll just wipe it off real good and then give it a good coat of paint. But then I wanted you to see something. Okay, so obviously the outside here is, you know, it's needing some paint, something, right? Because it doesn't match. So my husband has decided he's gonna take this here and do this over here so that it all matches. But I'm like, we are not painting the door red, because that door, it comes this beautiful wood color. And he's like, well, but it won't match. I don't care. As a matter of fact, if I had it my way, I would not do these blues over here. I would do something different. Black and white comes to mind, but I don't know. He says, no, for now, just because we don't have the time, money, and energy, we're just gonna paint it to match this. I was like, all right, that's fine. Let's see if you can see the light better from here. No, it still looks crooked. You guys, maybe it is crooked. I'm gonna have to check that out. But that's the kind of light that you can have it hanging way down. Are you maybe over 5'11"? Yeah, then you'd bonk your head on that. So I'm only 5'4", and I totally have room to walk under it. But my husband is 6'1", and he cannot walk under it. So he doesn't like it at all. But you know what? It's a she shed. He's not gonna be out here bonking his head. And I am debating putting a table right underneath it to sit at. I'm not sure. Anyway, there's the update. So the next step, paint the wall, then get the flooring in. So I shall see you again, probably not very soon with this, because this takes a lot of time. But I will see you back here, and I'll show you more updates. Bye, guys.